What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. The Chicago Bears made a blockbuster trade. They traded away their first overall pick, got a lot of really good pieces back in return, or potential pieces, I should say. And I love this trade because they're building around Justin Fields. I think he's going to be great. And they almost fleeced the Panthers, in my opinion, right? Panthers did what they had to do to they're probably going to take Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. But the Bears really on paper won this trade very easily, in my opinion. I'm going to break down why and why I love the trajectory of this team going forward, because I thought that they did a fantastic job in this deal. Before I do, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and if you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. But let's talk about the trade first. So the Bears traded the number 1 overall pick, and they got DJ Moore, the number 9 pick in this year's draft, the number 61 pick in this year's draft, a first rounder next year, and then a second rounder in 2025. So you really got 4 starting players, possibly star players, in the draft over the next year or two. And then you got a number 1 wide receiver like DJ Moore, who has been, putting up numbers with absolute dumpster fires of quarterbacks. And now he's got a good one that can actually throw the ball, that can run the ball, that can make plays like Justin Fields. Love the deal, because you get Fields a wide receiver 1, a true wide receiver 1. This makes it easier for Darnell Mooney, who can be the wide receiver 2 now. Claypool can be the wide receiver 3, and then you have Cole Kmet, who's really come on last season. So you built out the weapons around him, right? And you have Khalil Herbert at the running back 1 spot. Maybe they draft another running back. Maybe they sign David Montgomery back. We'll see what they do with that. But Khalil Herbert, nonetheless, could probably be a number one running back in the league. Puts up pretty good numbers when he gets the opportunities. And obviously, when you trade the number 1 overall pick, so now you're probably not getting a Jalen Carter or a Will Anderson, because they didn't really need to draft a quarterback. Like I already said, you got Fields, you're set. So they're not going to get one of those superstar upcoming pass rushers in this coming draft. But you're still picking at number 9, so you still have a lot of options there where you can still go with you can maybe take a pass rusher. You might be able to take another O lineman, really build up that line in front of Justin Fields, protect him so he's not getting killed every single game. And if you wanted to get crazy, if you didn't do either of those, you could take Bijan Robinson at running back and then just be impossible to stop on the ground, because teams already showed last year they couldn't stop Fields when he wanted to take off. Dude was breaking records. And then if you have another elite suit, like Bijan Robinson's probably one of the most surefire picks, or running backs, I should say, in the last several drafts. So he's going to be great. He can catch. If they wanted to do something crazy like that, I would be all for it, because why not? You're building a fun potential offense right there. You'd have a superstar running back, a star quarterback, a good trio of receivers, a good tight end, and then you can still build your O-line through free agency and the draft. They'd have a lot of options, which is really nice for them. And then, like I said, you got the picks in the future. You got I think it's a second rounder at the pick 61 this year that you're also getting into the fold. So that's another rotational player that could be playing from day 1 if you draft well, and could be even better if you really draft well. Another reason that the trajectory of this team is so good is they got $75 million in cap space. They have the most cap space in the entire league. And what you did is you got a receiver like DJ Moore, so you don't really need that anymore. I think you got a pretty good trio there. I think you're fine. Maybe get, I don't know, Velus Jones might be able to make some plays as his career goes on, but struggled a little bit last year. But so you don't really need receiver too much, which was a huge need. So now you don't really need that anymore. And then your running backs are fine if you keep them the way they are, but you could go get one if you needed to. But they can really build in the trenches now, which is where they kind of got destroyed last year, because I think the secondary is pretty good with guys like Jalen Johnson, Jaquan Brisker. Those guys are pretty good. There's others too, but they really lost games in the trenches because Fields was getting attacked every single game. So $75 million, there's a lot of good old linemen you could go get. If you wanted to get a guard like Isaac Sayamalu from the Eagles, who's proven he can be really good in pass and run protection, you could do that. There's tackles you can go get in free agency this year. I'd prefer that they want to spend this money on the defensive side of the ball, because that's something that could really help in the trenches. You could go get like a Dre'Mont Jones from the Broncos, who's a young, really nice pass rusher, great run stuffer, just a quality player, and he's young too, so he fits the timeline of everybody else that you already have. I like that idea. Spend money on him. You could go get a linebacker like Tremaine Edmonds, who was really good in Buffalo. Obviously, they need help in that area too. So then, you could go for either of those guys. Go for Marcus Davenport, who's still pretty young, was on the Saints. He's pretty damn good too. They got money and they got options, and they should be ready to throw bags at really good players. Don't go for these, second tier, third tier guys with this money. You need to go get certified, really solid players, because this is the time to strike. Your quarterback is on his rookie deal. He's going into year 3, probably about to take off even further. I'd say he's probably going to be a Pro Bowler next year. He'll probably be a top 5 quarterback in the NFC. You look at the NFC, there's really not that much going on out there. Top 5, 6, 7 quarterback in the NFC, that's a playoff team if you draft well and if you sign the right guys. They got a really, really good projection coming ahead of them. We'll see what they do with the money. Hopefully they don't blow it on bums. We'll see what they do with the draft picks. Hopefully they're not taking, extra picks at positions they really don't need. So it's on Ryan Poles, the GM, to make good decisions, obviously. But they started off with a really good one, trading that first overall pick, getting 4 more picks, and then you're getting DJ Moore on top of it. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be good. They'll be at least competitive next year, and they were competitive in all their games. But I think they're gonna win more games, obviously, than what they did last year. And we haven't even got through training camp yet. Just on paper, it's hard to not see the potential. So my question for Bears fans, NFL fans, what do you think of the trade? Do you like the trade for the Bears? I didn't really go into it too much for the Panthers in this case because honestly, I mean, you're going to get Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, who are probably going to be great, but you don't have anybody for him to throw to anymore. So maybe you draft a receiver later on. I mean, if the Bears could get crazy and go take Jackson Smith and Jigba and be insane on offense, but I'm hoping he falls to my Chargers. Whatever. I love the trade for the Bears. I think it'll be good. Getting DJ Moore, all the picks. Bravo to Ryan Poles because he got a lot, and I thought they'd get a lot for the first pick. I didn't think they'd get this much though. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. But shout out the Bears because they're going to be a very, very nice team next year. Got a lot of money. They just improved the team, and they haven't even got to the free agency or draft yet. It's a pretty good look. All right, thanks for watching. I'm done. Peace.